Hello everyone again. So in this lesson, we are going to get set up so that we can prepare some Angular applications. So in order to prepare Angular applications on our computers, we first need to install the Angular CLI, or the Angular command line interface on our computer. All right, so the Angular CLI is a tool developed by Google that allows you to quickly create Angular projects, including modules and components and services within the project. Now, it's possible to develop projects without Angular CLI, but creating the directory structure one by one, it's kind of unnecessary, and it's way more difficult. So why don't we just install Angular CLI, and in order to do that, we'll need to follow the steps that you see here in order. And of course, in order to run the codes found here, we need to first make the Node.js tool installation. So for Node.js, we can briefly say that, well, it's a tool that allows JavaScript code to be executed on the server side. That's pretty much all you need to know for this course. You can go research it on your own, because what we're doing here is learning Angular, not Node.js. And here we're going to be using Node.js to edit our code in the background. Now we're also going to use NPM, which is a Node package manager to handle different dependencies and Angular project tasks. To use NPM, we need to install Node.js. So let's go to the official page, nodejs.org, and install Node.js. Now, as we can see here, in my case, 14.9 is the latest version. Might be different for you. However, I am installing the more stable version of 12.18.3 here. You can, of course, download what you need to or what you want. So I'll just click on it, download it. And after that finishes downloading, I'll be able to open it and run. All right, so in the following steps, we'll complete the installation just by clicking Next and finally Finish. Great, so after completing the installation, we can now run the commands in Angular CLI. So to run the commands, we can open PowerShell or command line in Windows. Now, if you're using a Mac, you can open a terminal here. Here you can see I'm in Windows, and I open CMD. So now I'll just type in node-v, press Enter, see which version we've installed. And yeah, we can check whether Node.js is installed on the computer just by typing this command. And yeah, as we can see, the version that we want is installed correctly. So now it's time to install Angular CLI via NPM. So I'll first look at Angular CLI page, and first line here is the command npm install -g, so global, right, at Angular/CLI. So I'll just type in the command npm install -g at Angular/CLI. On the command line, and when we run it, the latest version of Angular CLI will be installed on our machine. All right, so this seems to be the final version right now, and of course, this version may have changed as time goes on. But of course, the overall functionality, as I outlined before, will remain unchanged. Now, if you do want to use the same version as mine, you can run it just by typing the npm install -g at Angular/CLI command and adding this version to the back. And then that way, it'll be the same version when you look up or look over, wherever you are, it'll be the same. So sure enough, guys, we have now successfully installed Angular CLI and NPM. Now for the rest, we'll need a code editor to edit our code. So you can use Atom, brackets, WebStorm, or Visual Studio Code. These are editors that you may even have or be familiar with. I generally prefer to use Visual Studio Code Editor, both in terms of, well, I like it, and it's free. So if you want to use Visual Studio Code, you can just go to the site and install the appropriate one for your operating system. So because I'm using Windows, I'll just install it on my computer with you. Yep, sure enough, we have now finished the environment setup that is required to prepare our Angular applications. So as you can see, we've installed Node.js, loaded Angular CLI to our computer via NPM, and finally we install the code editor that we're going to use. So in our next lesson, we will make a small introduction and prepare our first Angular application. So I want to see you there. See you in the next lesson.